Okay, so this is the original 3 Series MDO from Tektronix that I was sent to review. Originally with this unit I have had issues trying to get it to start up. It seems to have overcome those now and seems to start quite reliably, so that bit's sorted out. What I just want to go through with this one is the external build quality issues that I've found as I've started to use the unit and inspect it. So the issues are very minor and more cosmetic. I'll try and show them as best I can. It might involve me resetting the camera to different angles so you just get specific shots of the actual element that I've got a problem with. So the first one that I did notice looking around with this is on the handle down here, and there's a screw that it looks like the screw head has been damaged on it, and there's a scratch to this handle. So hopefully you can see just here there's a slight scratch on the handle. It looks like they've tightened this screw up and the tool slipped out and scratched it, and it's also damaged the head on that particular screw. I don't know whether it's been done because the wrong tool's been used or whether the right Torx driver was used but wasn't seated properly in the screw head. So that's the first thing that I noticed, and then as I went round the case and looked at the other screws that are holding this blue shielding, I saw damage to those as well. Yeah, so you can see this one here, it's got a little bit of damage to it. You can see the blackenized has been rubbed away again, as though the wrong tool's been used or not been seated properly. Yeah, so hopefully you see just here again these screw heads are damaged here and the one down at the bottom, and these ones aren't actually seated properly. This screen, you can see, you can push it up and you can see it flexing along the edge here, and these Torx screws are actually tight, you know, they're not moving it. A fair bit of effort on there. So I actually took the screw out on one side. Originally there's 3 screws loose on this, and I actually removed this screw here just to see what was going on. Yeah, can't see very well on that. I'll put a picture up perhaps. But there is actually blue locking compound on the actual screw threads, and it's as though they've tightened it up to that locking compound, but not gone past it. You see it feels quite tight there, but there's still a little bit of play in the case there. It's as though they haven't driven the screws fully home, it's just caught on that thread locking compound, and that's as far as they've tightened it. Okay, so you can perhaps see a little bit this front part of the case is a little bit misaligned on this corner. It seems to be lined up on the other corners a lot better. And then whether you can see, the case doesn't move a fraction. What I've also seen in various places around this case, you can see this front part of the case does flex, and you can see the gap open and closing, and you see it's uneven as it comes from the top all the way down to the bottom and down to this bottom corner as well. I don't know whether there's other screws in there that haven't been tightened properly as well, or whether that's just the nature of the unit. So that's the original unit that I was sent to review. Because of the problems I've had starting this one up, they've sent me a demo unit for me to use in the meantime. And so we'll just go through this one. Yes, external build quality wise, this unit is much better. There is still a little bit of misalignment along the top corners, but all the screws, there's no damage to any of the heads on the screws. I'll zoom in and show you some of them. Yes, there's no damage to around the screws, no scratch marks or anything. The blackenized screws that are holding that blue shielding, they're all okay. And there's no marks to any of them. There's no damage to any of the blackenizing or the heads. They're all fine. There is still a little bit of flex in this bottom corner. It's not as bad as the other unit, but it still is just around this probe compensation area. The connections for that is just that little bit of flex there, but around the rest of it you can see the gap is fairly even. And the unit seems to have a slightly better build than the original one that I was sent. So yeah, that's it. As I said, all minor cosmetic bits. Doesn't affect the functionality of the unit at all, but I was quite surprised for something from Tektronix. I would expect it to be pretty much in pristine condition, especially if you think this, the actual cost of this is near $15,000 and you'd be expecting something in absolute pristine condition really to arrive to you, and not with a little bit of damage that I found on the other units. And there is also the issue of the missing parts from the original package. The ones for the demo unit, everything is there within that. I've even had a demonstration board, the Tektronix demonstration board arrived with that one as well. So that one's all fine. I guess that would be checked before it's actually sent out to somebody to ensure it's okay. But the original unit has one of the probe parts missing, and the digital input has the lead that plugs in to the actual scope that goes out to the two heads. That part is missing. I have the two heads with all the probes, but not that middle section of the lead.